Okay, here we are, a big game. James Worthy, number 42 from the Los Angeles Lakers. James, how are you today, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am doing good. This is the Artie Clear Show. I'm a Philadelphia guy back in the day when the Philadelphia 76ers played your Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes.
I heard you talking about Dr. J, Maurice Cheeks, Bobby Jones, and Moses
Yes.
Malone. Me, I grew up with Dr. J, and you played on such great teams like Magic Johnson and Kareem. What type of wars were those three championships that you guys played into?
Well, I was a Philly fan before I was drafted by the Lakers. I mean, they had Billy Cunningham, who went to Carolina. Bobby Jones was a Carolina guy. So I kind of loved Dr. J before when he was with New Jersey and when he was with the Virginia Squires.
Iceman was with him for half a year there.
There you go. But I was a big Philly fan before, and when the Lakers beat them twice in '80 and '82, I was pulling for the Doc. But when I became a Laker, we only played them one more time, and that was my rookie year, and I was injured when they got Moses, and I don't think anybody was going to beat them that year. They were really that good.
You played with Magic Johnson and Jabbar and just an array of great players on that team. What type of player really was Magic Johnson? Because I always said to myself, if I ever start a team, and Dr. J's my guy, by the way, I want to let you know that, right? But if I ever had to start with one player only to be my guy, I would start with Magic Johnson because he can do everything. What's your opinion on the Magic, man?
That's my answer too. People ask me who would I take, Michael, Kobe, or Magic is a winner. You're going to win when you have Magic on your team because he's going to make everybody else better. Sure, there are other guys that can score and a little bit more athletic, but nobody wins and wills it like he does. And nobody in the history, maybe other than Oscar Robertson, that can make players better automatically. He's going to make you better. He's a hard-working guy. He has an intangible talent that you can't teach, and that's the will to win. So I agree with you on that one. I choose him as well.
When I look at the Lakers, Pat Riley being your coach at the time and the next player himself, played for Kentucky, and the Western Kentucky team went and started that all-black team and beat them that year in '64 when he was 8-0 up. What type of coach was Pat Riley?
He's very demanding, a good motivator, hard-working guy. There was always a lot of input. He never missed a beat. He was from A to Z prepared. So when it comes to preparation, Pat Riley is maybe the best preparer of the game. He really knew his X's and O's and really knew how to think on his feet. He could have a game plan and he could throw that away in the second quarter and just start coaching. So he was a lot of fun too. But we worked hard and he was very demanding.
Back when you played with the Lakers, you actually became their go-to guy at one point for that team, putting a lot of emphasis on your scoring and getting you the ball a lot. And how did you feel about being the man finally, where you were like the number one option with the Lakers?
Well, it was work in progress because when I first came there, I had to learn. I had to sit behind Jamal Wilkes and Bob McAdoo, and watch two great players and. Magic and Kareem, and also guys like Bob McAdoo. They really didn't need me immediately, so I was just very patient and waited for my time. And when I saw, Kareem getting a little older and Magic needing a little bit more help, is around 1985 and '86. I started to be more of an option on offense. So, that's what I wanted when I went there, is to make a strong contribution. But I had to wait. Had to wait a while to get my turn.
Being the number one pick in the NBA draft, going to the Lakers, what type of pressure was that, knowing that you're the first player to be selected and go to the Lakers, where, like you said, Magic Johnson, Kareem, Jamal Wilkes, who used to be Keith Wilkes, who won a championship with the Golden State Warriors, and just Bob McAdoo, three-time champion in a row, scoring champion. What was like? Did you feel heat and pressure because you were the number one player picked that year?
Normally, when you pick number one, you do feel pressure because you usually go to the worst team in the league. In my case, I went to the best team due to a trade that happened back in '79, and that was before the lottery, when the worst team in the league and the team that actually had the number one draft pick, they tossed a coin. So I could have gone to the Clippers, but the Lakers ended up winning, and so I really, it was a blessing in disguise because I didn't have all that pressure the first 2 years. I came in under the radar. The Lakers really didn't need me. They already had won. So unlike most #1 draft picks where they go to the worst team, then there's a lot of pressure on you. I didn't have that. So I was able to learn and relax and wait my time.
For Philadelphia, I think they always had the toughest road to get to the playoffs, to the championship, to play your Lakers. Larry Bird coming in and along with Magic in the same year. And what type of player was Larry Bird? And I know he was a gigantic competitor. How tough of a player was Bird to cover? And what did you think about Larry?
Well, Larry was a player that didn't have a lot of athleticism, didn't have a lot of speed, couldn't jump that high. But the thing about him is you weren't going to outwork him. And he was really smart. So he really understood the theory and the science of the game. Not too many people understand the theory and the science of the game and how it's supposed to be played. And Larry took advantage of every opportunity that was given to him. So if there was a pick and roll, it was a real pick and roll. It wasn't a partial pick and roll. He was going to get something out of it. So he was the type of player that, he knew how to play the game to make the defense give him what he wanted. So he was a thinker. And sometimes you'd rather play against a guy that had more talent than to play against a thinker. And Larry Bird was an awesome player. Sometimes you had sleepless nights thinking about how you were going to, guard a guy that was, that hard of a worker.
Last question for you, big game, James Worthy here. I know that you're retired now. Are you going to be doing work for ESPN?
No, I'm over at Time Warner. We do all the Lakers. For the last 17 years, I was with a Los Angeles network that showed all the Laker games. KCAL 9. We did all the away games, and Fox did all the home games. The Lakers just signed a deal with Time Warner to do all the games, so I'll be moving over to them.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Yeah. You do a great job off the court and on the court, and it's a pleasure to talk to you. James Worthy. Thank you so much, sir.
You got it, man.